sometimes what they do is they put a gigantic sheet behind that set. The sheet is called a cyclorama or a cyc, and they bounce different color lines off that, like blue, white, and so forth. All right, now as we take it right here and you look over to your left, you get a little behind-the-scenes look of our New York Metropolitan set streets. You get to see how thin these things actually are. And we'll see those head on once we get to New York. This is also backstage of our Ghostbusters attraction. And the Ghostbusters vehicle, the Ecto-1, was parked back here not too long ago. I think they're on the park right now, so we might see them as we cruise up to a grand piano. Anything that's not nailed down on a set, we consider a prop. We got some pretty cool props in there. The Key West Strand sign on that red smashed up vehicle, well, that's from a brand new movie called Matinee. And that stars John Goodman. Look for that coming out soon. We also got some vehicles in there from MacArthur. And if you look in the front of the boneyard, you'll see that war wagon in there, that big metal wagon. That's from John Wayne's movie, The War Wagon. It's the original one. That's entirely made out of wood. There's no metal on that whatsoever. It's made to look like metal. And originally, when they did the movie, it was made out of metal, but the horses couldn't pull it. Right now, we're heading down Avenue of the Stars. The building located over to your right is the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera. Now, with the possible exception of Mr. Laurel and Mr. Hardy, no one, and the stars of now, the big stars of today, were just being discovered back then. If you look to your left, you'll see a familiar Hollywood landmark. World-famous restaurants, the Brown Derby Restaurant. We have, of course, the Brown Derby Hat Shop down here. And also to your left, an area where stars were discovered, and that is Schwab's Pharmacy, or Schwab's Drugstore. It was rumored that Lana Turner was discovered in there, sitting on the counter, sipping on chocolate soda. The director went up to her, and he liked the way she looked so much, he got her a role, and Lana Turner became a great star. This, of course, was a rumor, but there's also other areas in this property here where we have stars being discovered. Coming up on our right, you'll see this Core Makeup Show. Anything you ever want to know about disgusting makeup effects. Also to your right, you'll see a guy with a big orange cowlick sticking up there in his orange hair, and that is George Jetson. And even in the future, he has discovered hairspray to get that big hairpiece, the Rocky Squirrel, as well as the villains Boris and Natasha. That's right out here on the stage, Rocky Bullwinkle. Now, right now, if you look at these buildings over to your left, there's a unique thing that happened to these buildings. These buildings are also facades, but they also went through a process known as distressing. We had to make these buildings look like they were brought up by the wharfside area. So we had to make them look old, weathered, and rusted, and we did that with paints, basically. All the rust you see on these barrels, Delancey Street. Be sure you check that out a little bit later on today. And also to your right, you'll see the 8th wonder of the world. And I'm not just talking about that line, I'm talking about what's inside there, and that is Car Show and a new movie by John Goodman entitled Matinee. So look for that coming out soon. And we also have a residential TV studio here on our property, located to your right. I mentioned it earlier.
The studio he was speaking of is the only children's studio, and that's Nickelodeon. That's where we are right now. In that line. The girls are getting some refreshments.
Up with different biology things that you can find in any biology classroom throughout the world. And we had an STEM biology classroom. Right now I'm standing in front of the main entrance of Hawthorne High School, which has also been decorated by the art department. Even the lockers, we just plug that machine into the electrical facilities and it'll work exactly how we need it to. Now, none of these sets were built here because it would take up too much room. So we built them in a warehouse located off property, and then we transported them here using trucks. And then the art department crew.
Phone's in sad shape.
As a teacher, I can tell you our lounge doesn't look anything like that.
It's messier than that?
No, it's absolutely clean. Plus, there's no smoking.
And it's school.
Lots of space on that.
Yeah.
One time only, on the count of 3, I want to hear everybody yelling, clapping your hands, making all kinds of noise. Play on and on and on. And lady, tie your shoes later. We're clapping now.
Here at Nickelodeon, this of course is the home of Game Lab. And this is the place where we test and we create some of those games you see on TV. And today what we're going to do is we're going to play one of our older games, then we'll play a new one, and then you guys can tell us what you think of it. Before we get started though, we're going to meet the people here that make this place happen. Everyone put your hands together. It's Jennifer. And Lori. It's Karen. And then of course there is the one, the only. He's from Alpha. I love this guy. He hangs out with Fran and Stimpy. Let's hear it for Keith Dickerson. Your family loves you, Keith. Your family really likes you. I Now we're going to meet someone really special. He is from your own studio tour. Let's put our hands together again for Daryl. Come on out here, Daryl. Daryl, I want you to tell all the kids here what's going to happen to you today.
I'm gonna get slime.
This is a big thing here. Now, Daryl, let's face the adults. How much is a big network like Nickelodeon going to pay you to get slime?
Not a stinking dime.
How do you feel about that, Daryl? This was a tie. Give them all a big round of applause. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to our newest game that we're kind of just doing for the holidays. I'm going to need 2 people from each section. If you were in the last game, please put your hand out so we can give other people a chance, okay? How about you right here? You can stand over here. And how about you? You can also stand right over here. And you right there. And you want to play? And you right there. Come on. You're going to stand right over there with Jennifer. We're going to meet our players. What's your name?
Come on, Rachel!
Okay, it's Mara and Ernest, and they're going to be on the red team. And over here we have Rachel and Kim, they're on the yellow team. The way the game works is they have these ornaments in these buckets, red ones, yellow ones. The object of the game is to take these ornaments with Velcro on them and toss them onto the Christmas tree that will be standing in the center of the stage. It's our new Christmas tree. Whichever team gets the most, they win the game. Look at that. Oh, it fell down! A cheering section. A tree with rhythm. What's your name?
Kneel.
What?
That's what you do in church. Kneel.
You kneel. Is this church?
No.
Okay. Where are you from?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
From Milwaukee. Now that explains it. Okay. What we're going to do is, we're just going to tease at you. We're going to get the kids to do a practice shot. You're going to get the ornaments and toss them underhand onto the tree. Just toss it underhand. There you go. Good. No, wait, no. This is too easy. How can we make it more difficult? Kids, any ideas? Blindfolds. We'll blindfold the kids. Okay? Does that sound good? Nickelodeon. What can we do to make it a better game? Have any ideas? Thanks. How can we make it like more exciting? What do you think?
Slime the players.
We can slime the players? Okay. What's your idea?
Slime the Christmas tree.
Everyone, thank you so much for coming to Game Lab. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Hey, if you would, give a big round of applause to your host, Michelle Robinson. Nice job, Michelle. And what about this mess in the middle of our slime star? Let him hear ya. Hey, man, check it out. You're on TV. No, you gotta look real fast. Look back here. Look back here. Look real fast. No, faster. Stop playing. Hey, tell me something. How does that stuff feel?
Warm.
Warm? Listen, if you had the chance to do it all over again, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Give him a big round of applause. Hold your seat. Sit down. We'll get you out of here in a minute.
The end of quite a day at Universal Studios.